Every time you come as a man, you're throwing away your life force. You're dying a faster death. Or, as the French say, le petit mort, the little death. You're dying a bit each time. Is that a hard truth for you? Good. It's hard and good, no pun intended. The ancient masters didn't waste time with comfortable lies. They knew exactly what spilling your seed does. It drains your power, dims your light, and keeps you weak. And later in the video, I'm going to show you exactly how you transform sexual power into spiritual diamonds, the transmutation of chi, sekim, ra, prana. Your semen is not some useless fluid to carelessly spill into tissues. It's a concentrated life force, the same substance that creates entire human beings. Think about that. As a man, you're holding the power of creation between your legs, and you're wasting it for what? 5 seconds of pleasure? Wake up. The Egyptian hieroglyphs show initiates learning to transmute sexual energy into spiritual power. The Taoists spent centuries perfecting the art of semen retention. These weren't monks hiding from pleasure. They were masters accessing supernatural abilities. Meanwhile, you're draining your power into paper towels. Let's get real. Every time you ejaculate, you're depleting life-giving nutrients. Zinc, proteins, stem cells, life force itself. Your body has to work overtime to replace what you're carelessly tossing away. No wonder you feel tired, weak, unmotivated. You're flushing your power down the toilet. Ancient Sanskrit texts speak of Viria, the vital force that, when preserved for 12 years, awakens the dormant powers of the brain. The Ayurveda teach that 1 drop of semen equals 40 drops of blood. Think about that ratio. Your body invests massive energy in creating this substance. Chinese emperors received secret manuals teaching them to retain their essence during intimacy. These weren't basic sex tips, they were advanced spiritual technologies. The emperors who mastered these practices ruled for decades, maintaining their youth and vitality while others aged and weakened. Why? Because they understood the power of their seed. Modern research shows your semen contains over 200 separate proteins, along with important neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Your body requires massive amounts of zinc, selenium, and vital nutrients to produce it. Every ejaculation depletes these resources your brain and nervous system desperately need. Comment below if you're shocked at the fact you lose over 200 minerals and vitamins for every ejaculation. If you want to learn how to injaculate, then give us a like and subscribe. I'm gonna continue to teach you much more. That urge you feel? It's not meant to be released if making a baby is not planned. So transform it. When you stop coming, something magical happens. The energy moves upward. Your spine becomes a channel of light. Your mind sharpens. Your presence becomes magnetic. People feel your power before you even speak. The ancient Brahmacharya texts describe how retained sexual energy transforms into ojas, pure spiritual power. This concept is not some metaphysical theory. This is real, proven. Your sexual fluid contains stem cells, the raw material for regeneration. When retained, these elements don't disappear. They're reabsorbed, rebuilding your body and brain from within. Your balls aren't meant to be drained daily. They're cauldrons of alchemical power. Each time you choose not to come, you're banking spiritual currency. In those moments of nofap, what pressure do you feel? That's power building. Your urges? That's energy asking to be transformed. Stop releasing it like a child with no control. Look at the great men of history, Tesla, all of the Buddhas, the ancient Egyptian priests and pharaohs, and so many more mystics. They all practiced semen retention. They understood that this energy is created either outwardly or inwardly. You're choosing momentary pleasure over lasting power. Stop it. The yogis map this whole process. When you retain semen, it transforms into pure spiritual energy. It rises through your spine, activates your higher centers, and awakens abilities you didn't know you had. But none of this happens if you're constantly draining yourself. Notice how weak most modern men are. No presence, no power, no magnetism. They're slaves to their urges, constantly spilling their essence. You see them everywhere, drained, depleted, searching for the next release. Don't be like them. The Tibetan monks speak of Tummo, meaning inner fire. This heat only ignites when sexual energy is preserved and transformed. They sit naked in freezing temperatures, melting snow with their body heat. Your pineal gland requires the same nutrients found in semen to function properly. Every time you ejaculate, you're robbing your higher brain centers of vital resources. Your third eye stays closed because you won't stop draining yourself. Studies show testosterone peaks after 7 days of retention. But that's just the beginning. Ancient texts speak of mystical changes after months and years of practice. Enhanced memory, magnetic attraction, spiritual awakening. These aren't benefits, they're your natural state when you stop depleting yourself. The Shaolin monks also internalized this wisdom. Their incredible physical feats came from transmuted sexual energy. They called it iron shirt training, the ability to take powerful strikes without damage. How? Because their retained essence strengthened them from within. Your sexual energy is your most powerful force. Stop wasting it. Stop draining yourself. Start transmuting this power into something higher. The ancient knowledge exists. The techniques work. But first, you have to stop spilling your seed. Each urge is a test. Each time you choose not to come, you're choosing power over weakness, transformation over temporary pleasure, greatness over mediocrity. The force of creation flows through you. What will you create? Now sit with your spine straight. Feel the power you've been wasting. It's time to learn the ancient practice of Keegle energy cultivation. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply into your lower belly. Feel the sensations around the area between your balls and your butt, the perineum. The Taoists call this the $1 million point. This muscle holds the key to transmutation. Contract this muscle now. Hold it for 3 seconds. Release. This is your spiritual pump. The same muscle that stops urination becomes your tool for channeling energy upward. Contract again. Hold. Release. Feel the subtle warmth building. With each contraction, visualize a golden light moving up your spine. The Taoists saw this pathway as a sacred river. Each flex of your pelvic floor muscles sends waves of energy higher. Contract. Hold. Release. The warmth grows stronger. Your breath guides this force. Inhale deeply as you contract. Hold both breath and muscle. As you exhale, release slowly while keeping your awareness of the rising energy. This is exactly how you transform sexual power into spiritual diamonds, the transmutation of chi, sekam, ra, prana. If you were asking, how can I stop masturbating library of Tehuti? What practical methods do I use to control urges, then transmute the pent-up so-called frustration? Well, rewind back to that part. Always come back when you need help. This video can serve as instructions for you. Comment below if you followed along as I guided you through that Keegle energy cultivation meditation. Practice this sequence morning and night. Start with 21 contractions. Build to 81. The number matters. These frequencies align with cosmic law. Each session strengthens your control. Each practice builds your power. You do this enough times, then ejaculation while making love to your partner will become easy. Eventually. When urges arise during the day, use this same technique. Contract the perineum. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy moving up instead of out. You're not fighting nature, you're mastering it. The heat you feel, that's real energy moving. The pressure in your head, that's power building. The clarity in your mind, that's your brain receiving the nutrients it needs. This practice transforms you from the inside out. If you practiced these contractions with me and felt that warmth building up your spine, give us a like and subscribe. We'll help you master these techniques while you help us grow too. Now let me tell you about how the ancient masters would practice this for hours. So they understood that sexual energy directed upward becomes pure consciousness. Your practice may start with minutes, but the effects compound. Every session builds your power. Contract, hold, release, feel the river of light rising. Knowledge without practice is like having a map but never walking the path. You can memorize every ancient text about sexual energy and quote every master who ever lived. But until you feel this force moving through your own body, it means nothing. The practice begins now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Your body is already creating this power. Every breath, every heartbeat generates more of this force. The only question is, will you waste it or transform it?